So I'm here with Christy Walker at the Walker Homestead. How are you?
Oh, I'm so good. Thank you.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about where we're sitting, first of all.
We are sitting in Daisy. She's a 1978 vintage Shasta camper.
Okay.
And we have her on the grounds for people just to have a drop spot to come and have conversation and rest and feel like you're camping for a few hours. So
nice.
Yeah. So sweet. You guys will have to come see it. She's adorable.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about the Walker Homestead and how it got started.
How it got started. I started life on a farm, and I told my husband I wanted to end on a farm, and so this is what I call my encore chapter. So after working at the hospital in healthcare IT for almost 40 years, retired from that, and we bought the 80 acres next to our 5 acres out here, and we have the privilege of growing foods and making wine and helping people do celebrations out here on the farm, and it's a total joy.
So start with where we walked over there, the vineyards. Tell us about the vineyard side of it.
We have about 2 acres of grapes. We grow all Midwestern cold hardy grapes that do well for this weather. Our goal is that we don't do sweet wines per se. We believe that you should chew your sugars, and we let the fruit bring out the flavor. So we also believe, I think I talked to Sarah, that we think what goes together grows together.
Mm-hmm.
And so we make our wines here, and making wine is like an art. The whole farm, we feel, Monet would say that his finest works of arts were his gardens, and we feel like this is our palate, and we do all 5 senses: the tastes of food and wines, and the smells of the herbs in the gardens and the sights, and so that's what this farm is.
Okay, and so you said you grew up on a farm. Obviously, you didn't grow up on a farm like this.
No.
What made you turn into a farm like this rather than the one you grew up on?
We were doing a number of volunteer fundraisers at our house. Chris Grebner, a really talented chef, we were doing a lot of, who's out with Little Lights now, on a wonderful chef out there. We were doing foods with him and having really a lot of fun of those dinner parties, but we didn't want to keep doing it at our home, and we thought, wouldn't it be great if we could get the 80 acres next to our home and have a real farm with, we had chickens and turkeys at our 5 acres, but goats and sheep and cattle, and I would like pigs. My husband's not big with that one. We did temporarily for a little bit, but so we have a lot of animals. We have bees here for honey.
Filling up some wood for our open service tonight.
Do we do many pizzas here?
Oh yes, we do a whole bunch of pizzas. Yesterday we did about 60 pizzas. The day before we did another 60. And today we'll probably do around 100.
What's the favorite pizza?
Our best-selling pizza by far is pepperoni and honey pizza for sure.
And honey?
Pepperoni and hot honey. Yes, sir.
How does that work?
Well, the flavors of the pepperoni, with being a little bit spicy, the sweetness of the honey really evens it out really well. So it's a really nice flavor combination.
All right, Derek, welcome to our farm. So excited for you to be here. We call this my dream, my husband's nightmare. This is my encore chapter. We're out there right now baling hay. So in about 24 hours, it's going to look like that goes painting with all the hay bales in those lines. We make wine out here, and so those are some of our grapes for our wines. The sun sets behind this vineyard.
So what's the favorite part of people that come? I assume for kids, it's definitely the live animal feeding.
Yeah.
What is it for everybody else?
Sunsets. We
Oh.
have the most incredible sunsets out here, and so for all the, we do a lot of weddings out here. And we always put in their itinerary for the evening when is the official sunset time, so the photographers can grab them and capture them in the vineyard with the sunset.
Nice.
It is lovely. We like the torches. The food is really good. To be able to eat outside, there's something that fills the spirit when you get to eat outside. You feel like you're in Tuscany. You feel like somewhere in Italy with these really great foods, and you're amongst the gardens and the sun setting and the rolling hills, and it just is, my husband calls it your 5-hour vacation away from home. You don't have to go very far. We're just 5 miles from Kinnick Stadium, so we're just really close to town, and it's a chance for you to just really relax.
Hi, Christy.
Hey, Sarah. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very merry.
I'm really excited to try some wine. I don't think you're gonna marry me, but this seems delicious.
This is a good morning starter.
Okay.
You can't drink all day if you don't start with breakfast.
That's right.
So we'll have just a little bit to day drinking.
Nice. Thank you.
Yeah. Hey.
So I know you talked a little bit with Derek.
Mm-hmm.
But there are other things that you do around here. You have other products for sale during the year that are seasonal.
You're right. Wait a minute. Can I tell you about this?
Please tell me about this wine.
It's got some Marquette and La Crescent in it, and Iowa grapes have high acid, and high acid is really good for a bubble. And so I really want to become a bubble house, but I think Iowa grapes, Midwest cold hardy grapes, make really good bubbles.
Yeah.
So cheers to Iowa.
Cheers.
Cheers
I
to
mean,
Iowa.
this is so refreshing. It is a good early morning or brunch.
Brunchy
kind
kind
of.
of. It's got a little bit of almost like a strawberry taste to it.
Yeah.
A little
it's
bit
bright.
like a cranberry. So Thanksgiving time, so Merry Christmas,
Yes.
Thanksgiving, Christmas,
Yes.
or like I'm getting married. Yeah,
Right.
this is a good pairing with turkey. So anyway,
Do a lot of people get married out here?
yeah, every weekend.
Nice.
Yeah, we help people celebrate all kinds of celebrations, not just weddings, but celebrations of life or retirement parties. Or it's one of our true joys out here is that people allow us to help some of the big highlights in their life, and it's really a joy to have to be a part of it and to have that responsibility. We are very appreciative of their trust in it, and we love doing it. Food, we're big into food. We and drink. We say what grows together goes together, and so if we really strive to, especially when it's season, to be using as much product from our farm or neighboring farms to be on your plate. We have recently just put in 3 lavender fields. We see some of the lavenders we were playing with last year that are the bigger ones. 3.5 weeks ago we planted the rest of them. So this one's all for culinary. This one over here is essential oils, and it's to keep the soil healthy. We have grass in between the rows, and it's royal blue and edelweiss, so there'll be stripes. So 3 royal blue, a white, 3 royal blue, a white, 3 royal blue.
Okay, yeah, and we walked through, and you showed some of the tunnels and the different farms. You had the lavender farm and herbs, and
Lots of vegetables and fruits and orchards and chestnut trees.
Is all the 80 acres used then for some kind of growth that goes directly back into the food and everything? Yep,
7 acres in the way back is woods. We do have about 200 chestnut trees back there and 5 pawpaw trees. But yeah, there's every inch of the 80 acres is used for production of some kind of. We do have 20 acres of alfalfa for the animals and 20 acres that rotate corn, beans, and a cover crop.
Okay.
But we use some of that corn for the animals, a little bit of it, but we sell that. But everything else is food.
Okay.
For food.
Tell me about the Three Sisters plot of land.
Three Sisters. So Native Americans would, it was called Three Sisters Garden, and they everything for to sustain life, essential oils, proteins, as well as they would always grow together. Sorry, maize, beans, and squash, and that was essential for life with the proteins and amino acids, and then also companion plants where the corn would grow tall, the beans would climb the corn, the squash would be a weed barrier as it goes out. And so we have a plot that's our Three Sisters garden, and it's a nod to for respect for our Native Americans and how their wisdom for how to be good curators of the land and be productive.
Okay, great. So you just built a new structure.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me what's going to go in there. It's not active yet, but
It's
what's
not
new in there?
active yet. We just got done with it last night. We're so excited. It's our goal is to be year-round production of vegetables. Especially sensitive herbs like rosemary, who has a hard time making it through our winters. So we're going to have a lot of herbs in there. We're going to be moving some tropical trees in there: lemon, lime, and orange. I'm going to try a banana plant. My husband doesn't think it can make it, but we'll just try one of them in there. We're going to have a little bar area there. We're going to have a center path with round centers for each of the quadrants where people can take a table and chairs and just be in a greenhouse, especially in the wintertime. But we're going to be growing vegetables and year-round in there. We're super, super excited. Last year, climate change last year was our first year that our rosemary stayed alive through the winter outside. So who knows? Maybe it's just going to be easier to grow year-round in a greenhouse. But the wider the berth of a greenhouse, the easier it is to keep that ground warm. If we keep it watered, it will stay above freezing, keep the roots warm. So that's our goal, to have doing some in February and March to do some wine food pairings out in our greenhouse.
And so you do a lot of special events out here. That's probably the main portion of what
Right.
you do.
Yes.
Is it open to the public?
Yep, we're open to the public on Thursdays, spring through fall. On Thursday nights, it's very family approachable menu. So if I would have given my eye teeth when I was when my kiddos were little, to have a place to be able to go with my kids, that I could have some foods and drinks with my girlfriends, and so that's our goal for Thursday nights. That it's very family friendly. The menu items are, we always have pizzas. We always have shareables from the farm on there, and we don't expect to turn our tables when we make our reservations. We want people to be able to come, eat, enjoy the farm, and walk around and have fun. So Thursday nights, spring through fall, and then we have a whole bunch of ticketed events. We're going to get 2 more vintage campers that, like a Tiffany blue and a lime green one, and we're going to put them over in that circle with a little fire pit. People can have glamping nights, like especially people who have had weddings. Like just, not all the time, but yeah. So.
Well, and your friend Sarah might have to come out and stay.
Yeah. So absolutely. Cheers to that.
You're right.
But just all, I love the period and the vintage. So just.
I do too. Yeah.
So obviously the new greenhouse is coming in new this year.
Mm-hmm.
If we would come back in 5 years,
Mm-hmm.
what would we see different? Like what's on your
What's
horizon?
next? We are looking at building winery, a cellar, wine cellar.
Oh, okay.
We already have a winery, right? A wine cellar down the hill. So we're kind of nestled in the winery building that we were in. We've extended the vineyard in the front of it. We've put the outdoor kitchen last year on, and some pear trees behind that going down the hill. If you go down the rest of the hill, we're putting in a wine cellar that's going to have a green roof and glass front, and so that you'll be able to see all the barrels that are storing up the wine in front of it, and we're going to be doing tastings down there, and be able to expand our wine production, and it will be down the hill. So
Okay.
that's next. We are this little pack house here. We're going to be adding it to be a place that I think we're going to start where when we're not open to the public, that people can come out, like a little membership thing where people can come out and just to roam the farm and read or write or do walks, visit the animals, can buy something to drink and some already prepared foods and just picnic out here.
Yeah.
During when we don't have events, so we would to the club,
Right.
to the subscription group. That these are all the times that you're welcome to just come on the farm and walk the back 7 woods pass and just be in nature out here.
Well, you also partner with other businesses close to you.
Yeah,
I'm going to an event later this month.
Yay!
You in Calyx Creek.
Yeah, we think it's important to be supporting one another and growing and one of our beliefs is that we have really great growers and really good drink makers in this community and really good, really phenomenal chefs, and that this really, nobody goes to Napa or Sonoma because there's one good winery there. You go there because there's wonderful places to visit, and we think there's wonderful farm-to-table experiences here in the state, beautiful places to pick your own berries or your lavenders or goat yoga, and we want to support one another in helping those businesses be strong and collaborative with different experiences. So Johnson County started
Agritourism group, yeah.
Agritourism.
Well, I was going to talk a little bit about that. You guys have been instrumental in helping that group get started, and it's just now launching the brand, right? In July, the official brand launch will come out. So it's other rural businesses in Johnson County and hopefully surrounding areas.
Right. A nod to Johnson County for investing in helping us with creating the logo and giving resources to help us stay organized and reach out and facilitate the meetings. I really super appreciate that. You need a little bit of an investment to help us, especially during season when everybody's so busy. We're all growing to help keep us strong and help it marching along. So yeah, I'm super excited about what. And then we're just here to help each other. To when different ins and outs of your businesses, you might be a little low on trying to think of how to solve a problem. That it's so good to know that you can reach out and people can share ideas. That we've shared contracts with people. We've had people on site to watch events, so that we've offered for different Go Lives to be extra hands at their soft openings to help them.
Yeah, you guys are really fantastic, and I know it was a little bit of a struggle for you guys to get out here. It was a new venture in Johnson County to have kind of an agritourism business, but you weathered all of those challenges.
We did.
And then 2020 happened.
Yeah.
And you weathered that challenge, and you kept staff, which was so important during that time, and you really looked after the people who work for you. You care about the people who work for you, and I think that is also very a reason why it's impressive and why we want to support you guys.
So tell people how to find you, both physically and socially.
Oh, hey. So walker-homestead.com is our website. We are on Instagram. We're on Facebook. We go to our website at walker-homestead.com and sign up for our newsletter. We send out posting every 2 weeks about things that are coming up that you can buy tickets for. And we are, if you're thinking about going to the football at Kinnick Stadium, instead of turning east, you go west on Melrose, and 5 miles from Kinnick Stadium, we are on James Avenue out here. So we're 7 miles from downtown Iowa City.
Hop, skip, and jump.
Hop, skip, and jump. Right off 80. Right off Interstate 80.
All right, what do you think of this place, Derek?
It's really cool. Like, you hear about, it's a winery, they do special events and whatnot. And it was like, she was telling me about all the different things they do that have nothing to do with special events, but that are still important. And it was really cool.
I know. When I first started in my position, this is one of the first places I came to visit. Bob, her husband, so it's a family venture. It's her and her husband that started this He took me on a Kubota and all around the vineyard and all around the woods in the back and everything. And I mean, who would not just fall in love with this place?
Right, yeah, they have like the lavender patches, and they have the different greenhouses, they have the green tunnels you can walk through, and they have the animals. They got cows and goats and sheep and chickens and turkeys and
That could end up on your pizza later.
you know, on your pizza, but they're also friendly.
Yeah.
Like she just pulled up the dandelion and everybody came flocking to
Right.
us during the tour. It was
You
like,
can feed the animals when you come to visit. You can, they grow their own mushrooms for their pizza. They
yeah,
have,
they showed me.
you know, like blueberries and all sorts of things that they add in. They have, in the fall and winter, they have maple syrup. They do their own maple syrup. I mean, you could live out here and get a good diet.
Well, that's their point too, you know, that it's a farm. It's based on growing up on a farm, that you come out and you do all the daily chores and all the daily work, and you can live off what you provide for yourself. But then there's usually enough you can provide for others. They provide the atmosphere, they provide the food, they provide just that feeling of being part of something.
Right. I mean, I come out here and you just instantly feel a little more relaxed. Your shoulders drop a little bit. I just enjoy the scenery. I enjoy the company. The wine was great.
Oh, I bet.
Everything about this place is just heartwarming.
Yeah, well, and you have like the little areas, the gathering spots around different fire pits. They have bocce ball. They have
Bags.
horseshoe bags. They have the little camper if people want to go inside for more intimate conversation. I mean, the fact they were talking about the sunsets, like that's one of the reasons I love where I live, because of how the sunsets go. But it's got to be nowhere near as impressive as what it is here, right?
with the grapes and she was talking about how they grow sunflowers behind the grapes, and that keeps a lot of the birds from eating the fruit. They go for the sunflower seeds instead. I think that's genius. I think also some of the birds are a little afraid of the sunflowers. They're a little scary. She was talking about the hawks and how the hawks, they have a couple of hawks that like take care of the mice and the rodents. And so it's all very circle of life and ecologically friendly, and there's nothing bad about this place.
It's very symbiotic. Everything works together to help everybody else survive, or everything else survive. And that's, you know, we talk about with what businesses and communities have to do, be symbiotic. And this is the perfect representation of what we always try to talk about done here.
Right? They're willing to help others. They're really good with their staff. I mean, I love it here.
Yeah, everybody should swing down and stop by, even if it may not be your thing, or you think it may not be your thing. You probably will find something that just makes it worth the visit.
There's something for everyone here.
Yeah,